Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping back in today. We got another special guest, Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hello, Mr. Calvin. How are you, sir?
He wants to join the YouTube Circus in the Philippines. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Where are you visiting us from, Chris? Where are you from?
I'm from Wauseon, Ohio, which is a little town outside of Toledo, Ohio.
Now, how long have you been in the Philippines this time?
This time I've been here about 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks.
Last time I was here 3 weeks a year ago.
Yeah. Now, you said you have met someone already.
Yes, I met a very nice province girl.
Yeah. There wasn't anything hard or difficult about that, was it?
No, I actually just pulled up, got a Coke, and started talking to her. And it was so organic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for 4 hours we chit-chatted and, it just developed from there. It was one of the easiest things I've ever done. No dating app, nothing, just hi.
Yeah. Yeah, and I always ask guys that because when I tell people that it's not hard to meet women here, they don't believe me.
I've met so many women to where you could talk to any woman here. All you have to do is say hello.
Yeah.
That's the opening line right there is hello. You're not going to get to date every woman you meet, but you're going to have a conversation at least.
Yeah. Now, even though I don't know your girlfriend, there's a good chance because she was so comfortable with you.
Yes.
She's probably got a profile on one of those dating sites. I wouldn't doubt it. There's no big deal about that. But anyway, tell us a little bit about your channel because there's some pros and cons to starting a YouTube channel in the Philippines. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about that because they're in a hurry. They're headed down to where y'all headed next.
We're going down to Dumaguete to go have a look around that place and see what that's about. I haven't ever been there, and my main goal to being here is to live, and that's part of life is traveling and seeing different places, such as this place. I love it here. It's peaceful, quiet, clean.
Yeah, St. Carlos City is one of the cleanest cities in all the Philippines. You can see that, right?
100%. It is clean.
So I noticed y'all riding motorcycles.
Yes.
Well, scooters.
Yeah, sure. Here they're motorcycles.
Yeah, motorcycles. How's that been?
I've learned so much about driving a scooter, especially in Lapu-Lapu City. It's bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's like the Wild West, where if you can find a slot to get in, if you don't take it, somebody else is going to take it. Mm-hmm. And you have to just be ever so diligent every second. When you get on a scooter, you're taking your life in your hands because somebody could hit you. Or I saw the other day I was coming back from that girl's house, and back home, if you got stuff sticking out the back, you got to have a red flag or something reflective.
Yellow or something.
Yeah, somebody had just pulled up and it speared them right off their bike. He ran right into the back of this thing, and he was laying on the ground. His scooter was underneath the truck, and I was like, man.
Yeah, well, one of the most dangerous places in the Philippines is on the road.
Certainly.
It's not the Abu Sayyaf. It's not any of that. It's when you get on a motorcycle in a car.
I agree.
That's the most dangerous place. But tell us a little, what's the name of your channel?
My channel is called Hiding in the Philippines, spelled Heidon, in the Philippines.
What's Hiding mean? Is that your last name?
No, when we were little kids, I was raised in the South, and we were all filthy little heathens. That's what they just call it. Look, you little dirty heathen. And I just adopted it. The root word of heathen is hiding. That's the original root word. So I just adopted it for myself.
So you're like a heathen in the Philippines.
I am.
But you didn't come over here to start any trouble.
Absolutely not. I came over here for peace and tranquility and to actually live my life. Back home I'm existing, and I don't even know if you can call it that. I exist there, but I don't mean I count for nothing. I just exist.
So what are you going to be talking about on your channel that's going to distinguish you from all the other millions of channels over here? Because that's one of the cons. There's a lot of channels here, man. Sure. And it's not as easy to get monetized and get established on YouTube in the Philippines, as it appears. Because you see all these channels,
yes, sir.
Very few of them are really monetized and gaining any traction. It's hard.
Yes, I mean, I'm in the infant stage of my channel, and it's been sort of like a boot camp because I've gotten beaten up a little bit about the content that I have provided so far. As far as the camera work, I am being taught by people far better than myself how to act, walk, and talk to where people want to see what I'm doing. As far as my channel is concerned, there's so many lonely old dudes like myself in the Midwest that are coming here to look for women. You can find a woman here. That's been done to death. But for me, I want to have as much fun as humanly possible here in the Philippines. And the Philippine people are accommodating. They want to have fun. I mean, their life is hard.
Yeah.
And every day is a struggle. Some people are working today just to eat today.
Yeah.
And I like to have fun. And one of my favorite videos, it didn't get a lot of traction, but I have an inflatable chicken costume that I put on and walk around the neighborhood in. I had so much fun and laughed so hard just at the way people were looking at me, like, what is this crazy foreigner doing? And that's sort of what I want to be involved in, just some shenanigans and fun, and
Right.
what you can do here and it doesn't really cost that much to have fun here.
Now the truth is, Filipinos like that kind of stuff, and you may get a lot of followers from them. But if you're going to try earning any kind of money on YouTube, you're going to need viewers from abroad.
Sure.
Okay, in America, just say for instance, they'll pay you $11 per 1,000 views if they're in America.
Mm-hmm.
Some places more, but in the Philippines, they're only going to give you $1 for the same 1,000 views. Okay, so you want to create content that's going to be appealing to people abroad. I told you we were eating lunch today, and I said, when I talked about the rat race, leaving the rat race and jumping off that hamster wheel, people's ears shot up because so many people want that. That's their reality.
We feel it, man. We really feel that hamster wheel.
Absolutely.
And when you can picture it in your mind that you're on this, and it's a circle. A hamster wheel is a circle, and it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the reality of
Yes,
it.
sir.
See, that's what you want. You want stuff that can relate to it. Like you were talking about how easy it was for you to get women. Talk about that.
Sure.
Where people, that's what they want to talk about. Okay, there's two scenarios really that's going to happen because you're trying to get monetized so you can stay over here.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. Some people will try to knock you for that. If you're good enough to create a channel, it can get monetized and people gonna watch you and follow you, I say bravo, because very few people can do it. But two things are gonna happen. Number one, the best case scenario is this. This is for anybody trying to come to the Philippines now, just the Philippines, and start a YouTube channel. Is that you become successful, and you like me,
Sure.
and you have following, and you get monetized. Okay, and you're able to earn enough money to live. That's being successful.
Yes.
But there's a price that comes with that. The haters, the trolls, the jealous people. Okay, it's a high price, man. It's going to take you a long time. I've been on YouTube over 3 years, and it doesn't sting as bad. I ignore it, but that's a price that you're going to pay. That's the best case scenario.
Right.
It's people, what'd you say? You saw how many videos today of people putting me down?
Yesterday I was looking at videos on Sunshine Shoulders, because I've been following him for years now. And he is the main reason I showed up here because one of the things you said, boots on the ground. My family's military. So that just in my ears right away, I was like, that guy speaks my language. But I was looking at videos underneath your video, and I counted 5 negative videos.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of them, but when you look at it to see their viewership, it was nothing. I mean, it was just not even a drop in the bucket. But I mean, they're so desperate to get views that the only way they could get any traction is by taking on somebody such as yourself and casting a poor light on them.
Now let me ask you this: how many subscribers you have?
Currently, I think 116.
Okay. But there's no videos about you on YouTube. You know why? Because they can't clout chase.
Right.
If they put hiding in the Philippines, nobody's going to click on it.
Right.
Nobody's going to talk about you. So enjoy that while you can.
Okay.
Because once you get up there and get on the radar,
Right.
they're coming.
They're coming for me.
They're going to have something to say about you.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is you just piddle around here in the Philippines and make video after video after video, and people ignore you.
Right.
You never gain any traction. You get discouraged like so many do, and they end up giving up. Okay? This is a circus, man, over here. That's why we call it that. That's why I call it. If you want to be a part of the YouTube circus in the Philippines, well, come on.
You know, I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing it for almost every other fellow my age that is thinking about coming over here but ain't pulling the trigger. Yeah. I want to show people, like, here, look, here's an average white guy. I'm 5'9". I'm from a little town in Ohio that nobody ever heard of. I'm surrounded by corn and beans.
Right.
You can come over here and have a far better life than that one you are currently in right now.
And have a beautiful, young, attractive woman. How old is your woman?
34.
Okay, and you're?
58.
58. See, this is what you need to talk about.
Certainly.
Now, you know, if you get on your channel with a damn chicken suit, nobody's going to watch it. Filipinos might watch it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
You might interview me in it and get some laughs, but if you want to make it on YouTube, that's not going to get it, but that's going to get it. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff people want to see. You know, hey, I'm an average white guy over here. Look at me, I'm average. Because I just did a video on that. The average and above and below average guys come over here and live a life they never dreamed of.
I've seen it.
They're flocking over here. Talk about stuff that you're seeing. See? That's all I'm doing.
That's one of the reasons I sought you out, because, you know, the first videos I saw of you, you spoke to me. You know, I didn't know you from a hole in the head, but the words you were saying spoke to me directly. I was like, man, this guy knows me. Mm-hmm. And so I started following you, and that's how I ended up basically here at all, you know, by listening to people that had come before me, that had already beaten the path down and knew the ins and outs and had already suffered the slings and arrows and could help me not flounder around, because I've heard some horror stories of dudes that just show up and didn't do any research and just thought, you know, life is going to be peaches and cream. Well, you got to do some of the work. You know, you got to study up a little bit.
Let me ask you something, because you said something was profound earlier. You talked about the struggle of people over here. Because like you see me, I talk about that all the time. Yeah. And my viewers that are over there, they can't wrap their minds around it. You said something. You said some people are working today for something to eat today.
Exactly.
Talk about that struggle on your channel, because I try my best to relay that, but people aren't hearing it. That goes into the dating scene over here, believe it or not. That's one of the reasons why women date us, because of the struggle.
Because they're going to get the heat for sure.
Yeah, it's the struggle.
Right.
That's the only reason a 34-year-old beautiful woman is going to be attracted to you.
Right.
You said something else that rang true to me. The women that you saw on the dating site in America.
Oh, yeah.
Your options.
I don't exist back home. I'm not 6 foot. I don't have a six-pack abs. I don't have a six-figure salary.
But what about the women that were available to you over there?
Man,
be honest.
They look like wildebeests. You know, like, man, I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last woman on the planet. And I'm not really trying to bag on them too hard, but, you know, all these women that would hit on me is like, you have let yourself go so far that, you know, you're lowering your standards to be with me. And I'm looking at you like, lady, I'll just be alone. I pick being alone over having to interact with some, you know, if you don't.
What did you say when they showed you the breast? Show what they did.
Oh, yeah. Back home, if you want to see some titties on a 60-year-old woman, you know, she lift her shirt up like this, and you can see the nipples down here. Mm-hmm. And that's not what I'm at.
They think I'm lying, because I said, I don't want a woman whose breasts are where her stomach's supposed to be.
Right, yeah.
And the stomach is where her knee's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like a
I don't have a problem with American women. Right. I do have a problem with my options over there.
Amen.
I'm not going to have a Marilyn. You've seen Marilyn.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Tell her about how built she is.
Man,
she goes to the gym. She does that for me. I'm not going to have that over there.
Oh,
I'm not gonna have. You know what I'm gonna have? I'm gonna have Big Susie.
yeah,
Big
Big Shirley, Big
Big
Shirley.
Martha.
And she's gonna have a mole here with some hair
Yeah.
sticking out. Going, what's
Yeah.
for dinner? What we gonna eat for
And
dinner?
I'm supposed to be happy.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be happy that I got that.
She takes her pants off and you smell
Oh,
Doritos.
man.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
man.
All her feet, all her shoes. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like that. But anyway, introduce your channel again because I know y'all got to get out here. That's at least a 3.5 hour ride. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna stop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We have to stop at some point. Yeah. But my channel is Hiding in the Philippines. HEIDON. I have a little sticker there. I mean, that's how most people find me, but it's HEIDON in the Philippines. And if you want to come over, I'm going to diligently try to earn your subscriptions and provide content that's worthy of your viewership.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you just won't watch. That's the way it is.
Right. Now, how many videos do you have so far?
I have 14 low-quality videos.
Okay, now, you know a lot of my viewers are going to come over there.
Yes.
So you got to continue to make videos that's going to keep them coming back. Because they'll look at 14 videos in one day.
Yeah.
They will.
Wow.
Well, that's what they're going to do.
Right, okay.
See? But remember, once you get monetized, that don't mean all your work's over.
Absolutely.
You got to keep going.
Right.
But for anybody out there who wants to be in this YouTube circus over here, it's a circus. Because somebody made a comment today. I said, I'm going to interview a guy and talk about the same thing. He said, Calvin, you're lucky that you created your channel when you did. He's exactly right. He said, because there's so many vloggers over there in the Philippines now. And I said, man, how did you know that I was going to do an interview today and talk about that exact same thing? Okay. It's a circus. You got to do something that's going to separate yourself from the zoo. Okay. Talk about your personal life. Talk about what you're seeing in front of you. And you'll never have a problem with content. Okay?
I got to thank you, Calvin. I mean, this has been an education, 100% an education.
It, man. Yeah.
Like I said, I met you, and this is going to sound odd, but one of the reasons when I first clicked on you is I was born in the South, okay? And older black gentlemen rarely existed because of the silent killer. There's a lot of hypertension. Yeah. So if you actually happen to see an older black man in the South, he was revered and treated with respect, even by the whites, because they didn't live to be old, you know. Wow. And so at the time, I think you were approaching 60, and I was like, man, this dude is 60, and he's got information, you know, valid information.
That's right.
And like I said, the age thing back home was revered if you made it that far. You know, because you knew stuff that people don't know. Age is wisdom, not for everybody.
But they think that I be making this stuff up. I tell y'all, I'm not just yapping on here. You getting it straight from the horse's mouth, man. This guy knows what he's talking about. And if you share that kind of stuff with people, your channel's going to grow, man. But he's been to the place. He's really seen me. I'm a real person, right?
100% a real person and built. But that's because he's doing the work. Just like he's telling me right now that if I want to perpetuate this channel, I just can't rest on my laurels. I got to do the work. Right. I used to be a truck driver, and I'm going to tell you, to get over here this time, I worked 6 days a week, all the overtime hours that they would give me, and I banked as much money as humanly possible to get over here to do this thing. And I'm just not going to half-ass it now that I'm here. The first month was about getting my fangs fixed. Everything is done now, and I can go about my life. And you know, I want to provide good content that people want to see. And
one last thing, okay?
Yes, sir.
That I want to ask you. I want you to tell them. It's more than just about women, right? It's about more than women over here.
I want
to learn a few more things.
Yes. I came over here for several reasons. One is my wife died 25 years ago. I've been a widower for 25 years. I did want to meet somebody. But the main thing was to live, okay? I was existing back home. I go home to my big empty house, pet my dogs, but there's nobody there to greet me or say anything. And I wanted to live a life. I wanted to go to the picture postcard places and see the beaches. I want to interact with the people. I want to eat the food.
Yeah.
I started to learn some Visaya. I have a notebook that I've been keeping notes in so I can speak better Visaya. Because if you can communicate with people, you can hear their story. And everybody got a story. And not all of them are interesting.
Yeah.
But there are some great stories out there. And the only barrier is the language.
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm going to tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen watching it. The most important thing that you should be worried about when you come to the Philippines, when you think about moving over here, is a place to live. It all starts there. If I've got a place that I can sleep,
Yes.
shit, shower, and shave,
Amen.
I'm gonna make something happen. Something's gonna happen. I can wait there until somebody sends me some help. But if you don't have a place to stay and you're just out here in the elements,
Right.
man, it makes for a hard life. Don't worry about a woman. You gotta have a place to bring the woman.
Amen.
Right? Get a place to stay. That's the number one concern. And go from there, guys, okay? So thank you so much. If you're in America, it's getting late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If it doesn't put your life in jeopardy. In the Philippines, it's early. It's not a day goes by and I don't help somebody. Do you help anybody over here? Have you helped anybody?
Yes, numerous times. I do it quietly when nobody's looking. I hand out some pesos or all that.
Yeah.
I like to buy bread at the bakery and just
Give it out.
Yeah, give it to. The other day I helped. I'm not. There was a lady and she had like a chiclet tooth right here, and she smiled at me great big. She didn't ask for a dime, but she's dirty as she could be, hair all matted and skinny as, oh man, she looked like a skeleton with skin. And I just went to the bake shop and I got a bag full of biscuits or whatever they call them here, and I just put them in her lap. I just put them at her feet and I said, "Mein Guten Tag," and I just kept walking.
Helping her to make it from 1 minute to the next. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. Don't be stupid either. I'll see y'all next time. Hiding in the Philippines, the next up and coming YouTube star over here, guys. Y'all heard me say it.
Thank you very much.
Take care.